One Saturday morning.
One Saturday morning. But happy Friday evening, everybody, and welcome to Trashterpiece Theater.
Trashterpiece Theater.
Tonight we are bringing you two fabulous plays. The first shall be, the series is Suspense Show. The episode title, The Burning Court Date.
Nope.
Followed immediately by...
This is the Burning Court.
Oh, The Burning Court.
Really? Yeah.
Date.
Oh,
June
oh,
17th,
yeah.
1942. That was a logical misstep, I think.
It's
and
true.
also
It's true.
The document. All right. Followed by also the suspense show, The ABC Murders Date.
Someone call it? Colin?
No, you fucking heard me. I won't be wrong twice. May 18th, 1943.
Yeah.
At coffee?
High School Musical, the musical.
Black coffee. I'm out of coffee.
Coffee. That's a good Fitzgerald song, so rock it out.
I don't know it. You'll have to sing
I will have to learn it, but I highly suggest everyone listen to it. It's pretty.
And along with these plays that we're going to be doing for you all, there's ways you guys at home can interact with what we're doing. For $10, you can have one of us do an accent or impression or a situation, and we will do that for 10 lines. If you have us do it for $20, you can have all of us do it together, and we'll do it for 2 pages. Yo.
Thank you for gifting those subs, and thank you for all the subs that were happening during the countdown. 3 years, Michi, you're stuck with us for life.
Right. You
But
crossed
also
the
thank you very
threshold. That's official.
Yes. And as well as every $100 we reach, we will sing our lines for 2
Yes.
pages.
Oh, my, yes.
Boy.
Indeed.
Go buy it.
So who you playing,
Yeah.
Cucumber?
What's that?
Who are you playing?
Who am I playing? I am playing for the first play. Well, let's do the first play for now. We can
Okay.
do this again at the top of the next one. For this play, I will be Dr. Weldon, a professor, or I will be Dr. Weldon, and I am a conductor. Gray, a police lieutenant.
Oh, no, he's a gray.
That's a stretch. Lucy,
Yeah,
Gets Forward's Wyatt, and I am the radio.
The radio has one line.
I have one line as the radio, or just radio.
All right.
Ryan, what about you?
I am Ryan playing Brennan, a police captain.
Thank you for the
I am Kenny. I am playing Ted Stevens, the editor, or uneditor.
Yo, coffee girl.
Oh, that's me. Okay.
That's you.
I'm Haley, and in this play, I'm playing Mark Despard.
Oh, despound. You'll
Despard.
find your friend.
Despard.
Your friend.
Ooh, it's going to be rough tonight. I can feel it. I can tell.
Hi,
Yes.
I'm Connie. I will be playing the narrator and Gordon Cross, the author.
Ooh. I'm Corey. I'm going to be playing Marie, Steven's wife, and Corbett, a nurse. Corbett? Ooh.
Corbett, like Bill Corbett of MST3K fame.
Corbett or
Oh,
I think it depends on how long you've been in the States.
Hey, Corbett.
No, it's Corbin.
Sorry.
Series! Suspense!
Suspense!
The Burning Court! Date! June 17th, 1942.
the Columbia Network takes pleasure in bringing you Suspense. Stories from the world's great literature of pure excitement. A new series frankly dedicated to your horrification and entertainment. Week by week, from the pick of new material, from the pages of best-selling novels from
Are you
the theater
horrified?
of Broadway and London, the sound stages of Hollywood. We'll
Horrificated.
parade the most remarkable figures ever known. CBS gives you Suspense.
Oh, the music needs an accent. La 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 la.
Tonight's presentation is one of the finest contemporary stories of mystery, terror. John Dixon Carr's famous novel, The Burning Court. Crash.
I'm a fire. Crackle, crackle. Pop, pop.
Sitting down next to a table. Ah, a glass of sherry by the fireside of a beautiful suburban home. What could be more comforting? You're an admirable host, Mr. Despard, and it's really a shame of our first meeting is under such a cloud. It's also a shame I have so little time to tell you which one of your guests here murdered your uncle last week.
Holy mother of monkeys!
Now, let's see now. I believe we're all here. Your wife, your friend, Mr. Stevens, Captain Brennan.
Yes,
Sits below Cucumber donated 10. Kenny, show the nice people that Owen Wilson you were doing before the show.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Sits below Cucumber. Who could you be? We'll never know because of this arrangement, but I remember.
Yes, and incidentally, yourself, just who did you say you were?
Well, no wonder you've had so much difficulty with the case, Captain. My name is Cross. Dan Cross, the writer. As a matter of fact, it's because of my just completed book, Poisoning Throughout the Ages, that I happen to be here now, and Ted Stevens here. There happens to be a member of the firm which publishes my work. I'd never seen him until tonight, but I've been told what happened. This afternoon, he began reading my manuscript for the first time on the train, the commuter's train, which every afternoon deposits him safely and soundly here in Crispin. I imagine he was halfway home by the time he finished the first chapter. Then he turned a page.
Thanks. Perfect, Brian.
Turn a page.
You turn it against you, yeah.
Into the wind.
An angry page. Attached to the following leaf was a picture, and looking at it, the young man stiffened suddenly and all but cried out in his shock. It was a picture of a young woman, and under it had been printed, famous poisoner, Marie Dubois, 1776. Ted Stevens was looking at a picture of his own wife. Continuing to narrate, imagine his 25-year-old wife in a 17th century costume. The face, the features, even the wistfulness of her expression were identical. Even the name, D'Aubray, his wife's maiden name. But no, that was ridiculous. This woman in the picture was, well, one of his wife's ancestors. Yes, that was it. That was it. Simply an amazing family resemblance. Marie would be waiting for him at the station, and he'd have to tell her about it. He wondered why. However, she never told him about, well, but you don't discuss such an ancestor, do you? Ted Stevens glanced down at the chapter to which the picture had been attached. It was entitled, The Affair of the Non-Dead Woman.
No.
Hello, Ted.
Stevens was almost jolted from his seat. It was Dr. Weldon, professor of English at the college, and an old friend of his. Rattle the paper. Quickly, he thrust the picture beneath the manuscript and moved over.
Wow, hi. I didn't see you there, Doc. Wow. Well, here, have a seat.
Oh, I thought maybe you're giving me the, what do they call it, the wash off?
Oh, no, I say as a matter of fact, Doc, you're the one man I do want to see.
Yeah? Very flattering.
Oh, of course. Well, remember those discussions we used to have about the murders?
Better than bridge anytime. I don't know where I'm from.
Well, I got the idea that you'd make sort of a hobby out of this old case, the historical ones.
Well, I've studied quite a number of them, yes.
Yeah, well, you ever hear the woman named Maria d'Aubray?
Woo! Hey, OCD, 1, 2, 3, thank you for the sub. Bah! Marie Dobray? Marie Dobray. Oh, yeah, that was her maiden name, of course. One of the finest specialists in arsenic poisoning you could ever hope to find. Oh, we're almost at our station, Ted. Let's get to this door. Yes, a real charmer Marie was. Must have disposed of half 100 husbands, lovers, suitors, and just plain friends before she was caught.
Wow. What happened to her, Doc?
She was beheaded and
Whoa, that's horrible.
Crispin!
Oh, absurd, laughable. Ted Stevens kept saying this to himself, and yet what he knew was a foolish dread followed him straight through the small suburban station and clung to him as he reached the street. And there, in the roadster, was Marie, leaning towards him a little to hold the door open, smiling at him.
Oh, Ted, what on earth are you staring at?
Ah, that street light shining on your hair. I like that.
Oh, you're tight. Come on, get in the car.
Ooh, a tight. Thank you for noticing.
And then, like a wisp of smoke, it was gone. The whole ridiculous fear, the delusion.
Tight, like a tight.
When at home, Marie brought the cocktails into the living room. The logs were burning brightly in the fireplace, throwing a soft dancing glow upon a room that was darkening with the dusk.
Oh.
We're all cucumber, and we've just discovered the new Dune movie was replace Timothy Chalamet with Tom Green.
Oh.
Fuck you for that mental image. Thank you. Okay.
To you, Marie!
And to you, dear.
I like
As
got my
Stevens
hand
placed his
slapped.
glass down, he noticed the manuscript of a book, and it was there on the table right where he had placed it in the first came in. Oh, deliberately, he turned from it, and then he turned back. The manuscript had been moved only an inch or so, but it had been moved. It was right. The casting was right. Keeping his back to his wife, and why did they have to put it top green? He thumbed through that early chapter and discovered that he knew that he would, that there was the photograph with God. God!
Little table.
Oh, God damn it, still big. For a long time, he thought of what to do. And then he slowly... then he slowly turned it around.
This book by Cross, I brought it home.
Yes.
There was a story of a poisoner in it. Rather funny. Her name happened to be the same as yours. Oh, your maiden name, that is.
Oh, that is odd, isn't it?
Darling, was she a relative of yours?
Why, Ted, you're serious.
Well, in a way, yes. I don't mean it's really important. It's just that, well, when you run across a person who's a dead ringer for your own wife, and you lived 300 years ago, and it was a top-flight poisoner, well, you like to hear about it, that's all.
Dune, what on earth are you talking about?
Darling, be honest with me. Didn't you look at this manuscript when I was out of the room?
No.
You didn't take it out a picture of a poisoner named Marie d'Aubray?
I most certainly did not. Oh, Ted, what is this about? What are you getting at?
Just this. Somebody that took a picture out of that manuscript since I've been home. Now who's that? Well, I'll take a look.
That's insensitive.
I'm afraid I don't feel like. Why, it's Mark Despard.
Mark, Ted, wait a second.
Yes.
Ted, whatever it is he wants, promise you won't do it.
Promise I won't do what?
I mean, promise you won't get yourself involved. Please, Ted, don't go out tonight.
Whatever he says, don't say yes.
Say, what in the world is...
Welcome, Big Greg.
Well...
So now we're normal? Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
debatable.
anyway, we can't let him stay outside. Mark! How are you? Come on in.
Thanks, Ted.
Just thinking about giving you a call later.
Oh, let me have your hat.
Oh, thanks. Marie, I hope you'll excuse me for popping in like this, but, well, I wanted to talk to Ted. It's rather important.
Why, I don't mind at all.
Come on, Mark. We'll step into the library. Do you mind, dear?
Of course not, Ted. I'll be making the sandwiches for us.
Aw. Well, grab that chair in the corner, Mark. Well, let's hear it. What's the trouble?
Ted, my Uncle Miles was murdered.
Murdered?
Oh, the talk hasn't reached you yet, but it's already started. Nothing definite, of course, just that there was something wrong about Uncle Miles's death.
But I don't... Mark, are you sure of this? Do you know he was murdered?
I don't know. Of course I don't. I just don't see how it could be any other way. Uncle Miles, you know, he's been sick for quite a while. Oh, what we get?
We're all Snagglepuss.
Snagglepuss. Do you want to start at the top of the next page?
Yeah.
Yeah. Had been sick for quite a while, but last Saturday he seemed so much better that Miss Corbett, that was his nurse, decided to take the day off and, well, you know all this, you and Marie were over that afternoon. Anyway, Lucy and I went to the club that night, to the masquerade party, and we left the old boy completely alone. I've cursed myself 1,000 times since making that dumb choice.
So dark.
Well, what about your housekeeper, Mrs. What's her name, Henderson? Wasn't she around?
Oh, sure, in that little house out the back. We told her to look in now and then, but, I mean, well, that wasn't good enough. It was after midnight when Lucy and I got back. Uncle Miles was dying.
Ba-na-na-na. Snagglepuss.
What does Snagglepuss sound like? Is he like...
One quick moment. I will pull up Snaggle.
That's the big lumbering...
He's the pink one that's not the panther.
Ah, wait,
Say.
What? What is it? Wait.
One moment. I brought him up.
One moment.
Oh, Copper even.
Oh,
But even. Hey.
exit stage right. Ted, it looked exactly like one of his regular attacks. But then later, after he was gone, I happened to glance under the chest of his drawers in his room. There was a small silver cup under there, almost drained, and Uncle Miles' cat. The cat was still warm, but quite dead.
Oh.
I managed to get the cat out of the house and buried it without anyone seeing me. Next day, I had the contents of the cup analyzed.
Was it? It was poison even?
Yes, even. Arsenic.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Help me open the crypt, eh?
A what?
I want to have a private autopsy performed. Help me get Uncle Miles' body out of the vault. Oh, I know it's a tough job. The thing is sealed solid, but we can do it.
You mean without the police even knowing about it even?
Without anybody knowing about it even. Mrs. Henderson's visiting a sister, and I managed to send Lucy over to the club. She exited stage right.
You must be crazy. You're playing with dynamite, Mark. This is something you've got to tell the police now, even.
I can't take that chance.
But they'll have to know sometime. You're only delaying the...
I've got to know first, I tell ya. You don't understand, Ted. There was something in Uncle Miles' room that night, handing him something in a silver cup. Mrs. Henderson was on the porch by the window. She saw her.
She saw her?
Ted, she thinks it was my wife.
Oh, Lucy.
It doesn't mean anything to Mrs. Henderson yet, because she doesn't suspect anything. But, well, Ted, you see why I've been so sure, why I've got to know how Uncle Miles died. But it wasn't Lucy, Ted, I know it wasn't.
Of course not, Mark. She had an alibi. Well, she was with you at the club, wasn't she?
Yes, except for half an hour.
I see.
Safe.
Oh, Ivan.
Heavens to Murgatroyd!
Heavens to Murgatroyd. You'll help me, won't you, Ted?
When do we start?
As soon as you can make it.
Okay. Come on now, I'll get your hat. You trot on ahead and I'll come over as soon as I can see Marie.
You're not gonna tell her about this.
Why, of course not. I'll think of
all now
something.
drunk.
Oh, God. I need some-
Top of the next page. You're fine now. But yes, it'll be Chunk who's excited after hearing about the live-action Gungan TV show being created.
Why, of course not. I'll think of something. Don't you worry about that.
Thanks, Ted. Thanks a lot.
Marie?
I'm coming.
Darling, Mark asked me to,
I know, Ted. Here, you'd better take these sandwiches with you. You'll be hungry.
But you knew I was going out?
Oh, thanks for gifting those subs, OCD123.
I'm Chuck. Yes, I knew.
Bobcat.
You listen to us?
I couldn't help it, Ted. I had an idea about I'm Chuck. What Mark's visit was about, the talk about his uncle's death. There was a lot of gossip about it in the village. That's why I tried to tell you why I didn't want to get you going, mix it up in it. Have it get mixed up in it. But it's too late now, isn't it? I mean, you're going. I can tell by the way you look. Ted, wait a second. There isn't one thing I want to tell you before you leave. There's just one thing I want to tell you before you leave. And that is that no matter what happens, no matter what you find or think or believe, I love you. What? You'll remember that, won't you?
I remember. You told me that. Oh, you said so, Marie.
Oh, big action!
By the light of a dim kerosene lantern, Mark and Ted Stevens pounded their way through the thick shelf of rock that covered the Despard's ancestral tomb. Chuck pried open the great metal door, which lay across the subterranean door, and they laughed, descended into the dark ink-black chamber. They found a coffin! Dragged from its crypt and placed it on the stone-cold floor. They unclamped the lid and opened it up.
Mark, it's empty.
And I'm Chunk. What? That's impossible. It can't be.
But it is, Mark. But it is.
Everybody is Ryan except Ryan, who is everybody. Good luck, buddy. Thank you, Mickey.
That's awesome.
Do you know what this means? That body wasn't in the coffin when it was placed here. And where it was, Ted, from the time that coffin was closed on Uncle Miles, somebody, the Undertaker or Lucy or me, somebody was with it until it was buried. And the crypt was sealed right after.
I forgot about the eye.
But somebody beat us to it. Beat us to it. Somebody broke in here ahead of us.
Broken in? Listen, Ted, Lucy and I have hardly left the house since the funeral. Do you think anybody could break in here, smash through the stone and cement without our seeing them, without our hearing them?
Well?
Well, what?
Well, you might as well come out then.
It's not Chunk.
You're still Chunk.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're not everybody yet.
Oh,
No,
okay.
sir.
Sorry.
I'm Chuck. Well, you might as well come out then.
Is he eating your throat?
Kind of a little fat up right there.
He's like,
Who is that?
Me, Mr. Despard up here.
Remember, you're all excited about
Not
the
bad,
Jar
not bad.
Jar movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. So now we're Ryan, and Ryan is everybody.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, my name's Captain Brennan. I'm from the Office of the Commissioner of Police.
From
Cucumber.
the
Like to talk to you if you don't mind, Mr. Despard. Here, follow my flashlight.
What was that?
Yeah,
Oh,
that was Kenny. Yeah.
Oh, just because he sounds like
The dulcet. He sounds so. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I approve.
but I don't understand. How did you know about this?
By listening mainly. Do you mind if we go to your house, Mr. Despard?
Whoa.
That hazy.
No.
Like Corey?
No.
That's Amber?
Yeah.
Corey? Connie? Yeah, Connie. Nice.
What?
No, it was
It
Amber.
was Amber. It was Amber.
It was
Okay,
Amber.
okay.
It was Amber.
Okay,
It was
okay.
Amber.
That's what I thought.
We found our new game. Sorry, Haley.
This is fun.
We just keep saying the same names over and over again. Was it Amber? Was it Corey? Was it Colin?
Yeah, bingo. There we go.
Oh, wow.
Why, no, not at all.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Freddie.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Whoa, Freddy indeed.
Oh.
Corey, why are you rubbing your face? Fuck.
No reason.
Look here, Captain,
Freddie, this is Mr. Despard, Lieutenant Gray.
Oh, I have lines. Am I Ryan?
You're Ryan, yeah.
You're Ryan.
You're Ryan.
Fuck you guys. Glad to know you, Mr. Despard. Oh, wait.
And Mr. Ted Stevens, isn't it?
That's my line.
That's Ryan's line.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm still up here for some reason.
Because I was curious what was line.
I'm sorry. Whose line is it anyways?
But I'll do it as you. So, and Mr. Ted Stevens, isn't it?
Why, how did you? How did you know my name?
How did you?
Very simple. Ooh, I got the names of everybody who was here, and
It's our natural state.
And this
Resting
part's the day the old man died. Ooh, and your wife were included. Ooh, and here we are.
Ooh, woo, first of all.
I angry footsteps are leaving. Ryan's footsteps.
but I don't, Captain. Who gave you those names?
Why the housekeeper, of course.
Who was that?
Like,
Okay,
you come back.
I don't know. Is it me? I just
Yeah.
feel like it's always me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mrs. Henderson?
Well, nice place. Oh, wait, sorry. I went down one. Ah, there you go. You don't think Miss Henderson saw the dead cat, did you? Mr. Despard, but she did. She also saw you bury it.
That's
And
a great art.
and we've been interested in the case ever since.
Do chunk next. Do chunk next.
Nah, Chuck. Well, nice place you have here, Mr. Despard. Now let's see. Oh, God. According to Mr. Henderson, your wife is wearing some kind of a masquerade costume that night. What kind of a thing was it?
It was there, you can see it. It was copied from a dress in the old painting over there.
And now we're safe, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, yes. Funny. Where's the woman's face?
It's always been that way, long as I can remember. Somebody must have thrown acid on it or something. Can't blame them much. She was a poisoner. Ooh.
A poisoner?
Yeah, the story goes that one of my ancestors was responsible for her execution. Mary Duabray was her name.
Corey's got
Deadpan.
deadpan.
Emotionless, like Wednesday Addams or Darla.
Or Daria.
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 All right. Oh, yes. I've read about her. Learned all her poison tricks from one of her lovers, guy by the name of Gaudin St. Croix.
Gaudin Saint.
Oh, yes. Mr. Stevens, we cops read now and then.
Did you say Gaudin St. Croix?
That's French. We call it
Oh.
cross. Absolutely no limit to a cop's education in there. But to get your wife back, Mr. Despard, she was dressed like the famous Marie.
Depressed.
Just like free.
For the flow.
Now, when Miss Henderson looked through that window...
Hey, wait just a minute, Captain. Mrs. Henderson can't prove she saw a thing, and you know it.
What do you mean? And we're all singing!
Oh,
I was
no.
singing it.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you haven't any right to insinuate that my wife was in that room.
Well, who's insinuating? I'm trying to say that Miss Henderson, after thinking it over, realized that she was tricked by the costume, the woman she saw in the funny clothes. Handing the cup of poison to your uncle wasn't your wife at all.
What?
Because your wife is an unusually tall young woman, and the one Miss Henderson saw was fully half a foot shorter. More on the order, let's say, of her Miss Stevens' wife.
My wife!
Captain, this is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, I don't know why. What's the matter, Mr. Stevens? You're trembling like a leaf. Tell me now, just for fun, where was Miss Stevens that night?
She was home with me.
The whole evening.
Certainly.
She retired early.
Yes, we both did.
You, I suppose, were sound asleep by midnight.
Yes, I was.
Then how do you know where your wife was?
Well, I...
Look here, Stevens, she had the costume that would match Miss Despard's. How did she manage that? Where did she get it?
Well, she never had one. She never had a dress like that.
And what about her motive? Why did she poison him?
I don't know.
Not for the money, certainly. Then what was it? Hate? Did she hate Miles Despard?
Yes, she...
Ted!
No! Oh, I don't know, I tell you. There are no small parts.
Yes, Freddy!
It's not another group one, right?
Yeah.
No. Are we still singing?
No.
Nothing?
No,
That was
we're
two
just done.
pages.
We're just done.
I phoned and got a hold of Mr. Despard's nurse, all right. That Mrs. Stevens? Couldn't reach her. Her phone won't answer.
Okay. Have her picked up.
I'm going home.
Stevens, come back here.
I'm going to get my wife.
Want me to stop him, Brennan?
No. Let him go.
Marie! Marie, where are you? It's Ted. Marie, what have you done? Marie!
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, good evening.
Who are you?
My name is Cross. goddamn cross.
Cross? Where's my wife? And what have you done to her? You fiend. What have you done to my wife?
Why, nothing at all, young man. Here. Sit down.
You're lying. Something's happened to her. The police just phoned. There wasn't an answer. Why are you here?
Why am I here? Well, because your wife, reading my chapter on the D'Aubres, realized I knew more about the family than she even did, because she found my phone number on the front cover of the manuscript, and because I know an exceptional case when I hear one. Does that answer your question?
No, and you know it doesn't. Can't you see I've got to know whether...
Yes, I see. Whether your wife is that Marie D'Aubray who was burnt by order of the High Tribunal for all poison cases, the Burning Court of France, witchcraft, black magic, the world across the threshold. You're quite sure, no doubt, also that I am Godin Saint Lacroix, who first wooed her. No, my boy. No, my real name happens to be, of all things, Tom Simpson. Most unsuitable for a distinguished writing career, and Marie D'Aubray is no more your wife's real name than mine is Godin Cross.
What?
Your esteemed wife was an adopted child, Mr. Stevens, adopted by people in Canada named D'Aubray, remote members of the real family of poisoners.
I can't believe it. Why didn't she tell me?
Why? Well, because until I told her half an hour ago, she didn't know it herself. You see, in the course of my research on the family, I found out about it. And in the course of talking with your wife, I found out something else. How for years she was haunted by the fear that she might be a poisoner by inheritance, by blood. And you see, can't you, why she never talked about it, her past, to you?
Yes.
And yet, Mr. Stevens, you had all but made her forget that past, you, and that's why she was willing to lie, to steal a picture, do anything in order to hold you to her.
Yes, I see that now.
You know, young man, I rather think she loves you, but as you will see, though, she comes only when I call her. Mrs. Stevens.
You mean she's...
Ooh, yes, Mrs. Cross?
Forgot about that. Marie, it's you. Are you all right?
Ooh, yes, dear. We're both all right now, and nothing can change it ever, ooh.
Marie, listen.
Ooh, don't say Marie, dear. Say Maggie.
Maggie?
Ooh, well, that's my name. My real name. Maggie McTavish. And it's a lovely name, dear. The most beautiful, gorgeous, ooh.
Darling, please. You don't understand. The police, they think it has something to do with Miles' death.
Ooh, they think I did?
So now, Mr.
Dead
Stevens,
pan, not
before
dead
we
eyes.
little column A, little column B. Oy, oy, oy. So now, Mr. Stevens, before we go back to the Despards, don't you think you'd better tell me everything that has been said and been done up to date? Having just saved your wife's soul from the burning court, well, now I'll wrest her body from the electric chair. Yes, Mr. Despard. Truly excellent sherry. Don't you think so, Miss Corbett?
Ooh, yes. Yes, it's ooh, very nice.
Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I happen to be here. So let us consider the first that supernatural hocus pocus in the crypt. That body that walked out of the sealed tomb, that body was never in the tomb.
Never was in the tomb.
No, Mr. Despard. The murderer knew that very soon Mrs. Henderson's story would bring about an investigation. He had to get rid of the well-known corpus derelict.
Yeah, but who could have kept the body out of the tomb?
Who, Mr. Despard? Why, you, sir.
What do you... I don't understand.
Well, it's very simple. You had the opportunity. I believe you said yourself you were alone with the body before the burial, and you had the strength. I dare say you carried it down to the furnace where it's now probably nothing but ashes.
Ridiculous. Why would he spend an hour smashing into a crypt for a body he knew wasn't there?
Why, Captain? To impress Mr. Stevens, his witness, and also apparently you.
Oh, that's perfectly fantastic.
Fantastic? No, Lucy, just comic. And I suppose, Mr. Cross, that I also put on a woman's masquerade costume, went into my uncle's room and handed him a nice cup of arsenic?
No. That had to be done by a woman, your accomplice, as a matter of fact. Oh, now, come. You mustn't all look at Mrs. Despard because Mark Despard's one noble act was his frantic effort to prevent his wife from being charged with the crime, a crime which he and nurse Myra Corbett committed.
Myra Corbett? Corbett?
Why you?
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Stevens, this quiet little lady beside me.
I can't. Uwu? But why would I do such a thing, Uwu?
Money, Mrs. Corbett. A cutout of Mark Despard's inheritance. Payments for services rendered.
Oh.
That's an absolute lie, Cross.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Brennan never bothered to check Mrs. Corbett's whereabouts on the night of the murder. Why even think of the nurse? She was the custodian of the old man's health.
Uwu, you're crazy.
And yet who but a nurse could so naturally offer the old man a cup he was sure contained medicine?
Uwu, you're making it up. The whole thing, Uwu, you're just making it up, that's all.
And who but Miss Corbett, living right here in this house, would know what kind of masquerade dress she must copy? Would know when Mrs. Henderson would pass by the window that night? Pass and see her and accept her, she hoped, for Lucy Despard?
No, that's not true. I didn't do it, I tell you.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Corbett. Yes, Mrs. Corbett. That dress was the touch that wrecked you. That was your own idea, wasn't it? Not Mark's. You weren't content with a mere murderer's share of the profits. You wanted a wife's share. Half of the whole estate. You wanted Lucy Despard convicted and out of the way for good. Well, I give you a toast, Miss Corbett, with Mr. Despard's excellent sherry, to a particularly ruthless poisoner. And yet, you know, on the whole, I'm rather partial to female poisoners. Why, only tonight I...
Oh, God!
What?
Oh,
Shit!
Stand back! Here! Let me get to him.
What? What's the matter, Brennan?
This man is dead.
What? Oh! Are you kidding me?
And from cyanide, if I know anything, cyanide from that glass of sherry. Cyanide that a nurse could quite easily get. That glass was right beside you, Miss Corbett, and nobody else was near it. Too bad he didn't drink it as soon as you had hoped. A second ago, we had nobody to use against you. But now we do, Miss Corbett. We have now, and I arrest you for murder of Gaudan Cross.
Close to 5 months ago is a prominent author who was murdered, and tonight Myra Corbett pays with her life for that crime. The former nurse, at first protesting her innocence, in recent weeks has grown...
Oh, Ted,
Yes? I'm in here, dear.
I thought you might. Why did you cut it off for?
Huh? What do you mean?
The radio.
Oh, well, I thought you wanted to talk.
Poor Ted. Don't you think I know you better than that? What was on the radio?
Well, there wasn't, Okay. It was about Myra Corbett. She goes to the chair tonight.
Oh,
I didn't think you wanted to be reminded.
I don't really, but making such an effort to hide it only keeps it alive, doesn't it? Oh, all right, darling. Know what I came in to ask? If you wanted a cocktail before dinner.
The largest one you've got.
Fine, I'll get out the ice cubes.
I know. If I fix up the fire. Okay, Marie, it's a deal. Where are some papers to start it?
Right there by the bookcase, and the name's not Marie, it's Maggie, because, darling, Marie's dead and gone forever.
Oh, no, Marie. We're never dead, neither of us. It was your hand that touched the glass. I know that now, and I could return the favor, but instead, I shall ask that you dispatch your husband, this one, like all the others. Now, just a little bit of poison in the drink, Marie. Any kind of drink. Ooh.
What kind, Ted? What kind of cocktail shall we have?
Oh, any kind, darling. Any kind at all.
You've just heard The Burning Court from John Dixon Carr's famous novel, the first in Columbia's new series of outstanding classics and chills by world-famous authors. Tonight's play, ladies and gentlemen, one has rather special significance we think that you'd like to know about. As perhaps you've heard, every fine comedian is said to cherish a secret desire to do an abrupt about-face. He pines for that part of the blackguard. Well, tonight you witness the fulfillment of one such desire. The role of that literary and quite infamous die-hard Gaudan Cross was portrayed by none other than Hollywood expert provoker of laughs, Charlie Ruggles, a.k.a. me, here in New York City for the world premiere of his latest screen success, Friendly Enemies. The role of Marie, well, that was enacted by a young lady who long ago won national acclaim by one of Broadway's most accomplished dramatic actresses, Julie Hayden, a.k.a. Corey. Thank you, Charlie Ruggles and Julie Hayden, for your splendid performances. Me and Corey. Thank you. The play tonight, as all plays in this series, was produced and directed by Charles Vanda, written by Harold Medford, and scored by Bernard Herrmann. Next week, we bring you an intensely exciting and moving drama, The Life of Nellie James. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Not
I'm gonna take this beautiful break for a quick restroom pit stop.
I want some wine now.
Who's gonna be a grown-up while I go away?
I mean, none of us, but I'll try it.
Too late now. Bye.
So we can let everybody know what we're going to be playing for this one.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Since Cucumber only has one, I will just let everyone know what he is right now. He is whatever's ABC.
No, whatever that is.
Yep. And for me, I am playing Clark.
All right. I'm playing
Clark. Clark Kent.
Clark.
Clark. Oh, Clark. I'm Clark? Was it Clark?
Nope, just Clark.
Could we have news, man, Clark could have been one, Okay, I'm playing Mac. News.
Mac.
Train. C.S. West, that Clark could have been something. And Butler.
And I'm playing Miss.
I have announcer and inspector, and then lady.
Oh, there's a Miss and a lady.
I'm going to be playing MIB, I guess.
A Men in Black.
Men in Black. And then LIB or Lib.
Librarian?
Asher, maybe. Man.
Librarian in Black.
Mary B. Bar and maid. Not a barmaid. A bar. And then maid.
Two separate.
A maid bar.
Maid.
She's been made. She's made. A maid bar. Sorry.
Insp is Haley? No. Insp is Connie.
Yes, I'm insp.
Yep. And this was written May 18th, 1943.
It's just called
The
The ABC Murders?
Yes.
Yep. There you go. Yep. Yep.
1, 2, 3.
In
All
the
right.
series of suspense.
Suspense. Da-da-da-da.
ABC. Murder's easy as 1, 2, 3.
2, 3.
Just a little bit of arsenic, cyanide, just da-da-da.
1943.
Cyanide, that buddy died.
Cucumber, you don't get to sing and pee at the same time. You
I know,
can't do both.
jeez.
But otherwise, it's just
So come back and be blue. Come back and be yellow.
His mouth is free, right?
Yes, ma'am.
One would hope.
Moving on to show number 2.
Free for some.
Series Suspense Show The ABC Murders. Date May 18th, 1943.
Ba-na-na-na.
Suspense. Now, here is the man in black for the Roma Wine Company from Fresno, California, to introduce this weekly half an hour of suspense.
Suspense.
Our distinguished stars tonight are two of the world's acknowledged masters of the art of suspense. They are
Yeah.
Mr. Charles Lawton and Miss Elsa Lanchester. Mr. Lawton, who will soon be seen in the Metro Goldwyn Mayer picture The Man from Down Under, is here to play a remarkable character created by England's noted thriller author Agatha Christie, a mild-mannered character whose initials were ABC and about whom revolved a series of savage murders, all neatly and alphabetically arranged. ABC was stamped upon all his belongings, those being his rightful initials, and ABC was stamped too upon the large railway timetable he always carried. But there was nothing so odd about that detail, since no traveler in the British Isles would dream of planning a journey without consulting this famous railway schedule, the ABC. And so, without the ABC Murders by Agatha Christie, written for radio by Robert Tallman and William Spear, and with the performance of Charles Lawton, we again hope to keep you in suspense.
Suspense. Dong.
When
Dong.
the time for closing bell rang in the public library, Alexander Bonaparte Cust started, picked up his battered briefcase.
Thank you very much. Okay. We're the WPC's nightly news team. WPCS.
That's all, folks.
Thank you, nightly news team.
Do you want to start?
I'm used to NPCs.
And the MIBs and the LIBs.
You want to start here because we're already at the top? Okay.
Oh, the
Picked up
hard-hitting
his-
current events. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, picked up his battered briefcase with the most faded initials ABC, closed the book he had been reading, and shuffled over to the librarian's desk.
And over to the librarian's desk.
Hold on, something. My script is not scrolling. I'm having a bit of an issue here. Technical
that's just
difficulties.
it.
What the actual?
Technical issue.
Hold on.
Seems
Oh
You're
shit.
having some
wants his
technical
dog?
difficulties.
Oh no.
We'll be right back.
Oh no!
Oh.
Would you
shit.
like
okay,
my?
hold up. Let me try.
I can bring my script in there.
I'm gonna try
Cucumber.
device number B. Number B. I hate my
Number
life.
B.
Hold on, everybody. What page are we on? 33.
We're live.
33.
Damn you.
Keep you all on this hook for a second.
Cuts can rush a break.
Cut away really quick as our in-studio agent is trying to get everything back online. I am reporting to you live here from the scene of the tornado. It's a little terrifying.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
I think we're going back to the studio.
No, we're back.
It's a most interesting book library, and I should like to come back sometime and read another chapter of it, if I may.
Quite. Yes, Mr. Clark. Can I help you, sir?
Wait,
No hurry. Going live to next anchor.
Thank you, Clark. Well, I'll be going along now. Thank you.
Rum little chap that. What do you think he was reading? Studies, that is, in epileptic somnambulism.
Easy for you to say.
That's medical stuff, huh? Oh, I say, this little fellow left his briefcase. We should catch him at the door. I say, sir, just a moment. You left something.
This just in, my briefcase. Oh dear, it's my briefcase. I'm terribly sorry. I seem to be getting more and more forgetful lately. Tisk tisk. Why, the other day I left it on the counter in a tobacco shop.
Well, it's lucky you have those initials. Not many people with those initials stick around, mind you. Sticks in your mind.
What do you mean by that?
Well, after all, they are the first three letters of the alphabet. This just in, they are the first three letters. Practically the first thing we learn, you know. Isn't it? Our ABCs?
Don't mention those letters to me. They've brought bad luck to me in more ways than one.
Oh, I would really like to know how that is, ABC.
Well, I used to be a traveling salesman, and I used to carry one of those railway timetables in my pocket, the kind in which they list the towns and the railroads alphabetically.
I believe that was the ones that were printed right on the cover, isn't that correct?
Yes, that's right. And I just sound like a fucking car. Well, stockings was my line, sir. I did door-to-door selling. Whenever I finished one town, out would come that timetable, and I would look up to the next stop on my route. I got sick
Walter
of...
Cronkite?
Yes,
Excellent.
I got sick of the sight of it. ABC Railway Guide. I can tell you, sir, it was like a symbol of failure to me. One dingy little town after another, and all listed as that railway guide with ABC printed on the cover. My own initials staring out at me from every newsstand and every dirty little railroad station in the Midlands.
And now we are all, you've got your tongue stung by a bee. Thank you, Justin, for that.
That was excellent.
Yes?
Oh, come out!
Come out!
And it couldn't have been that bad as all that.
I never noticed it. Till I began to get the headache.
Oh, you suffer from headaches?
Yes!
Have you seen a doctor?
No. I didn't want to see a doctor about it. I always knew what brings them in.
Do you finish when you get stung?
That's my key into the accent. That's my key. That's my placement. Yeah.
Thank you. Really? If you rather not talk about it.
No. Isn't that at all, sir? It's just such a long time ago. During the last war, in fact, is here.
Is that here? Oh, I see. Tongue is numb. What a coincidence.
Like one lump or two.
I live in the thick of it myself.
Oh god, this is amazing.
Yes, we must get together for a drink one day.
That's like boo boo or something.
Talk over old times, and Franklin Clark is my name.
Bad Hatter.
Oh God.
I'm pleased to meet you, Mr. I'm allergic.
Oh no.
Alexander Bonaparte.
Oh, they must have expected great things of you, giving you a name like that.
I'm afraid they did, Mr. Clark. Dead.
Disturbing.
Oh, I'm very much afraid they did.
Mr. Cuss? Oh, Mr. Cuss.
Give us about a shot.
It's me, Mr. Cuss. A bee stung my tongue, and I brought you a song of tea.
Oh, it's you, Miss Marbury. That was very thoughtful of you.
And then we have a group accent of we are now WPCS sports announcers giving us all the play-by-play
Is that like a
actions on and off
particular
the field.
region of the world?
I was just going with sports announcers giving us the play-by-play
I see.
actions on and off the field.
No.
Oh, nonsense! Your mother dotes on you. Oh. You're her favorite lodger. In fact, why, Mr. Cuss, you're packing the things. Oh, you're not leaving us, are you? Yes!
Oh, no, I'm just taking a little trip over the bank holiday. You know, no.
No. Don't try to deceive me, Mr. Cuss. You're embarrassed. You're owing us, aren't you? Go for the goal!
No!
It was right there!
You needn't be, Mr. Cuss. Really, you needn't be.
You are a nice girl, Miss Marbury. You really are a nice girl. As a matter of fact, I'm not going on the big holiday. I have something rather important, some very important matters to take care of, and there they go. You know, it's very possible that my mother didn't have me christened Alexander Bonaparte Cust for nothing.
Oh, they've gotten to position now, Mr. Cust.
Well...
Oh, what could it be?
Well...
Come on, Mr. Cust. Come on, you can tell me. Can't you go?
Well, Miss Lily, I can tell you this much. I shall be traveling quite a lot. In fact, where did I leave that ABC Railroad guide? Oh, yes, here it is. First stop, Andover.
Andover, that's not very far. He's going for it.
No, then I must be getting on if I don't want to miss that train. Now, let me see. Have I got everything? There's me spectacles and me overcoat and me typewriter and me walking stick. Did I ever tell you the history of this walking stick, Miss Marbury?
No!
It's a Scottish piece, very old.
Ah, come on!
It's so old, it's antique. You know, they used to kill people with these back in the days of the old clan wars in Scotland. Oh, I wonder how many heads this one is bashed in.
Mr. Cust! Oh, please, what a terrible way to walk. What a terrible ending to this game. What a way to talk.
And we're good. We're safe.
Yes, I'm sorry, Miss Marbury. I'm a little bit
sweating.
surprised at myself.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
We got another one.
We're
You're
not
trying to
safe.
give the WPCS weather report, but the bee is loose in the studio and you're deadly allergic.
I'm gonna back up for this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Miss
God.
Miss Marbury. I'm a little bit surprised at myself talking like that. No, it must be my new job. It's gone to my head. That's it. It's gone to me head. Have you got an aspirin by any chance? I've got an awful.
Excellent.
Yes, gentlemen, what'll it be?
Beware!
Yes, sir, and the other gentleman in this area?
Here, 1, here, 2, 3, 3 Havanas. The shilling cigars.
Havanas, you gentlemen must be up from in London area. There's some coming in.
That's right. It looks like the storm cloud is heading on there. Oh, jeez. Is that your? Oh, is that your name on the window of the shop?
That's right, sir. Olivia Asher, been in the business right here in St. Andrew's Place for 20 years.
That's right. Always Andover's zest. Andrew's Place and here in Amber. Whoa.
Funny, ain't it? It never so much as crossed to be mine before.
Well, Mrs. Asher, you see that we're over here from the Scotland Yard. We have, oh God! Oh, jeez, okay. We have reason to believe that there may be a homicidal maniac, homicidal bee, at large over here, in Andover.
Lord, let me!
Yeah, we don't want to frighten you, Miss Asher. For all we know, this might just be a practical joke. You see, we received an anonymous letter. This typewritten inside A, B, C.
A bee?
A bee?
See?
This murderer right here, if there is anything in his story, is planning to move on down the coast. Oh God! His mania, his bee mania, seems to be centered on the alphabet. If he follows through with his plan, going down the coast here, his first murder will be committed in Andover, and the victim will be the person who begins with the letter A.
Lord help me, sir, you don't think?
Well, we don't think anything. Scotland Yard has taken in precautions right here.
Oh, woman, there's a terrible chance of rain.
There's probably nothing to be alarmed about, but it won't hurt to keep a sharp lookout. Who's next on your list, Miss McKenzie?
Coming up next is Arthur Atwood.
All right, let's be on our way then. Good evening.
Somebody is sabotaging the at WPCS.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Is the PS Perception Studio? What's the WP?
Yes. Perception Studio.
Oh,
Perception Studio.
Perception Check Studio.
Is that, I guess so.
Yeah.
Perception
Man, I
Check
don't know.
Because they always put a W in front of it. Oh, that's smart.
They
That's smart.
just made it up for us, so it's not anything.
That's adorable.
specific.
Oh,
That's
Why don't we have a news network yet? We need a news network.
That's the next
Yeah.
show, I guess.
We're also at
Yes.
singing. Do
We are
sing
at
first?
singing.
Are we singing?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
First.
Sing,
So
Let's
tip
sing.
and sing. All right.
sing.
Don't
right.
worry.
It's a prison.
I said, don't worry.
Thank you, sir, and good day to you, sir.
Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong.
A murdering lunatic in Andover of all places.
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong.
Yes, sir. What'll it be for you, sir?
Ding 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 ding.
Please. That'll be 1 and 6, sir. They said that'll be. Oh no, 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 no. Ah!
Dun, 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 dun. 6:30 newspaper. Sensational homicide maniac in Andover. Alphabet murder right to strike in the next Brecksville. Latest on ABC.
Oh boy, let me have one of those.
Oh yes, news is of standard, sir.
Both, here you are.
Oh, thank you, sir. 6:30 newspaper, sensational. Homicidal maniac strikes again.
Nasty business, eh, mister?
Oh yes, very, very.
You never know with lunatics. They don't always look balmy, you know. Sometimes they look the same as you or me.
Yes, I suppose they do.
Oh, it's a fact. Sometimes it's the war unhinged them. Never been right since.
Yes, I expect you're right.
You know I don't hold with wars. I hope this will be the last.
You don't hold with wars. Well, young man, I don't hold with plague and sleeping sickness and famine and cancer, but they happen all the same, and murder happens all the same. They can't prevent them.
I'm sorry, sir. I expect you had a rocky time of it in the last one, eh?
Yes, yes. My poor head's never been the same since. I get terrible headaches.
So now we're in. Someone sabotaged the teleprompter. Someone is sabotaging the teleprompter. Okay. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that, sir.
Sometimes I hardly know what I'm doing, and I eat small dogs.
You don't say that I do. Huh.
I forget things. You know, for instance, I could have sworn I had an ABC Railway guide in my pocket an hour ago that I stole off of some man in the alleyway.
Do you know that they found one of them ABC Railway guides on the poor tobacconist lady that I and the entire team here at the studio murdered?
Come on. Who?
See, ABC, whoever it is, maybe he don't know himself, ever stop to think of that entire studio? Maybe he's so balmy he doesn't remember, even though he's right here in the room with us.
I wonder whom I do what's in the wonder ball?
I can't believe they are saying out loud everything that we are typing. Oh my God, what bumfuck idiots they are. Train for Waddington, Dorchester, Long Beach, Brew Hicksel, Shambalibam, Boombalabamba, Studibuduba, and Bexel.
Bexel, did he say Bexel? That's my train. Well, goodbye, young man. The ends just keep going.
Goodbye. It just has 1,000 Y's. What the? Bye.
6:30, 8, 17, 13 news. That doesn't make any sense. Newspaper. Sensational homicidal lunatic to strike again. It looks just a black man wearing a black shirt. Hey, that's not even funny. Please tracking typewriter on which murder. Notes are written. Has a gray beard or black and gray beard. He talks very funny and reads. He's on the news. Well, stop doing that, okay? Latest on ABC Alphabet Murderer.
Music up dramatic. Restaurant sounds. Damn.
Do this live.
May I have your order? Sir, this isn't a restaurant. What the?
Well, I don't think I'll have ham. I had it for breakfast. Green eggs and ham, Sam, I am. I think I'll have the mutton pie in your eye, you second. Jimmy!
Yes, sir. And mud?
What's the matter with you? You're trembling, young woman. Is something wrong?
Cancelled.
Oh, sir. You do. I have to walk home tonight by myself, unaccompanied, after they close up here, and there's hardly a light in Vincent Terrace, where I live, where we know there is a murderer tonight. What?
Benson Terrace in Bexel with a bevel on the 3rd month of Sunday.
Yes, sir, ma'am, sir, ma'am, sir, ma'am, sir.
You're afraid of the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z murderer, aren't you?
He follows the alphabet, and don't he? That was. And Andover.
Aye, Rangers, and does your name begin with a B?
Mary B. Bernard's my name. Mary Bernard.
Barnyard.
Okay. So now we're doing. Now it's a fundraiser, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. WPTS is holding their annual public television pledge drive. Please give. And then we also have, after that, will be the crew is about to go into battle with rival news teams, come in to crash the pledge drive, just like in the movies.
Como is
That'll be after this.
all right.
I'm just AC on.
Dear me, Miss Barnard. Well, for the price of 1 cup of coffee per day, I don't like to appear forward. Well, anyway, I'm old enough to be your father. Would it make you feel easier if I saw you home tonight? Lines are open.
Oh, you don't know, sir. You just don't know what it would mean.
Well, what time do they close up here? Well, the phones will be going until midnight tonight.
Actually, the phones will be closing at 9 o'clock.
All right. I'll wait outside for you. At 9 o'clock?
All right. Break for commercial? Commercial!
Break for 30 seconds.
Leave this scene of our play for a moment and take a little journey. We'll have a bottle of Roma wine served as Aladdin's lamp. I press the label and presto, we're all transported to the capital of gaiety, Havana, Cuba, and now just for $1 a day, you could support our channel. Now we find ourselves at the charming Pan American Club. At a table nearby, an American has just voiced his delight with this channel at the most common beauty of the sea, and then his Cuban companion, you in America, also has much which is uncommon to both shores, such as this marvelous tasting wine, which you could have for just $1 a day, that we are enjoying this very minute. To enjoy uncommon fine quality, Cuba imports this wine from your own distant California. It is your superb Roma wine.
Unpoisoned.
Now just realize what it means for others when other countries import Roma wines from great distances, such as international esteem must mean that Roma wines are truly magnificent in quality, just like this channel here. Then consider this. You here in America need pay no high import duty nor expensive shipping charges for these fine Roma wines come from Roma's own winery in the heart of the rich California wine grape district, also known to where Perception Studios is, because so many Americans do realize this good fortune. Roma wines are America's largest selling wines. And what better to enjoy your wine with than a little Trashterpiece theater? So why deny yourself this tasty delight? Try an inexpensive bottle of tangy, appetizing Roma sherry, or the hearty Roma burgundy, or any of the marvelous, enjoyable Roma wines. But remember, these days, your dealer may be temporarily out of your type you prefer. Then please try again. Ask for ROMA, Roma wines made in California, for your enjoyment throughout the world.
Ladies, let's see where we are with the pledge. All right, nowhere else. Waiter is brutally murdered in Bexhill. Ooh, ABC strikes again. Here you are, sir. Scotland Yard. Well, we received a third murder note. Alphabet murder to strike again in Churston.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
And we're taking their pledges right now. Yes, sir. Like to make a pledge? Absolutely.
Was that your yes, sir? Okie dokie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Taking pledges. Taking calls.
Third class single to Churston also comes with this lovely tote bag. Give me a pint and a half, please, with the WPCS logo right on the side of it.
Thank you for your donation.
Thank you for your
So now we are getting ready to battle another news station coming to disrupt the pledge drive. So we have a call. Yes, sir.
My
Yes,
cowboy
sir.
hat.
There you are, sir. You are from London, sir.
London calling. Oh, it's me. Yes. I come directly from London. This is an example of a great call that could help support this station.
Yes. The salesman. Yes.
Stockings is my line.
Rough going these days, and that's why we're trying to, make this with rationing, eh? Yeah.
Well. If it isn't my old friend, Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't remember you.
We met in a library, remember?
Ba-da-da-da.
Oh.
In London, yes. Had quite a talk.
Yeah.
Franklin Clark, remember?
Ah, yes, of course. You'll forgive me, Mr. Clark. My memory seems to be getting worse and worse.
You might have come under better times, Mr. Cust. New briefcase, I see. Nice bright new initials.
Well, I got a job shortly after I saw you, Mr. Clark, from Ballinger Limited Stockings, my old line, But to tell you the truth, I haven't been doing well.
Ah, well, I can give you some more headaches there.
Yes, the headaches and the swing murders. The murders have upset me something terrible.
Why, you're shaking like a leaf, man. Hey, Jonathan. Brandy for Mr. Cust. He needs it.
Thank you, sir.
See, the trouble with you, Cust, is you're inclined to be morbid. I remember that book you were reading the day we met. Stuff about epilepsy.
Well, it might be. Epilepsy. Mightn't it?
What?
Well, they discharged me from the army before the war ended. You see, I had kind of a fit,
Never had anything like that.
And now we are safe.
Now we're back to normal?
Yeah.
All right.
I need more shoe weaponry.
Give me 2 seconds. My computer started working again. Okay.
Oh, good.
Oh, no.
Well, I had to restart it. It wasn't magic. We're normal?
We're normal. Normal.
No, I didn't have a fit again, just the headaches. I forget what happens hours at a time. Did you know once I was sitting in a station waiting room and a newsboy came by and I bought a paper from him. It was all about that first murder in Andover. And it said the police had got another note Another typewritten note, Mr. Clark, and the murderer was going to strike next in Bexel. And suddenly, I realized I was in Bexel. And I'd been in Andover the day before when the first murder happened.
Well, how did you happen to go from Andover from Bexel?
Well, that's the way I'm supposed to go on my route, selling the stockings. I suppose to take the towns alphabetically.
Oh, well then. It's not so surprising you should have been in Bexel after all, is it? Just a coincidence.
Oh, the waitress in Bexel. Then I walked home with her that night, Mr. Clark, the night she was murdered.
Well, good heavens, Cust. You don't think you killed Mary Barnard, do you?
I don't know, Mr. Clark. It is said in that book that people who have had epileptic fits often do things and don't remember them. They even commit crimes. I said goodnight to her, and after that, I don't know what happened.
The notes. Those typewritten notes, wouldn't you have remembered if you had written them?
I don't know.
Well, I know a little something about psychology myself, Cust, and I'd stake everything I owed on the fact that a man who wrote those notes was conscious of what he was doing.
You really think so, Mr. Clark?
Oh, positive of it. Now, pull yourself together, man. Incidentally, my sister-in-law lives here in Chester. My brother is Lord Cameron Clark.
Oh.
And I happen to know she needs some new stockings.
Oh.
Yes. Pop over there in the morning, will you, and show the old girl your line.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm selling them, Jesus.
Here's the address. Might cheer you up to make a good sale.
Oh, I'm sure it would, Mr. Clark. I'm sure it would. Well, good night, Mr. Clark.
Skirt.
And thank you again for all your kindness. I'm sure so.
Good night. Good night. Oh, wait a minute. You've forgotten something again.
Oh dear me, that's my typewriter. I shall certainly need that.
Oh?
Well, as to type up my report to the Home Office in case I should make that sale tomorrow.
Silence for music.
Of course. Yes. By the way, Cust, better watch out. Somebody in Tristan is going to be murdered tomorrow. Old ABC is up to the letter C, you know. And your name is Cust. Oh, I say, mine is Clark.
And now we are all WPCS is now airing on the BBC and are all British.
Yes.
Ah.
So
BBCS.
We need a jingle.
Oh! Well, thank you again for your generous order, Lady Clark. I hope you'll be pleased. This line of woolen-lined stockings is one of Ballinger's best buys right now, Lady Clark.
My brother-in-law tells me that you've had some unfortunate times lately, Mr. Crust.
Cust, yes.
Crust.
But I really did need the stockings, and I shall.
Oh, hello again, Cust.
Hello, sir. This coming in right now, peasants.
Have you guys heard of BBC? It's a Cockney accent. I don't know. Hello, Governor.
I've been stuffing myself with bacon and eggs. Make your sale, old boy.
Bye-bye, sir.
Oh, yes, Mr. Clark!
Oh, good. Louis is filthy with money, and her ladyship's legs are in constant need of recovering.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, sir.
Well, she wanted stockings.
Well, thank you very much, milady. I hope I shall have the privilege of serving you again next year.
Good day, Mr. Cust, and good luck.
Cheerio, Cust.
Perfect.
Such a nice little man, Franklin.
He's a bit of a nut, I'm afraid. Last night he tried to convince me that he was the ABC murderer. His initials, you know. He has a minor lapse of memory.
Oh, how dreadful, that little man a murderer. Oh, really, Franklin?
Good lord, what was that?
More British, more British.
Oi, here comes the maid. Where's that girl? What's going on?
In the master's bedroom, my lady. You'd better go with her, Mr. Franklin.
And now we're good.
Carthers, whatever are you doing here?
Oh, my lady, the master, Lord Clark, he's been murdered, stabbed with a knife. He's all over blood.
Oh, no!
Murder. Good heavens. Why, look here on the floor. A railway guide, an ABC.
Pig runs across the floor.
Franklin!
Oh, Louise, I'm so sorry you had to see this.
Oh, Cameron! My poor Cameron, he never made an enemy in his life.
The man who did this was a maniac, and I'm afraid I know who he is. He always carried a walking stick with a heavy carved handle. That's how the other murders were committed, with a heavy stick. But he wasn't carrying a stick today. He must have grabbed a knife up somewhere to kill Cameron with. But when? Were you with him every minute?
Well, I went upstairs to get my checkbook. It took me a little while to find it.
That gave Cust his opening.
Oh, to think all that time. Oh, no, I'll never forgive myself, Franklin.
No, none of that now, Louise. The important thing now is to stop him before he can commit another murder.
But what are you going to do, Franklin?
We just, Cucumber talks like the Count from Sesame Street.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to the police and see if they'll let me help. Let's have a look at this ABC railway guide he's left besides poor Cameron. Look here. All checked. See there, Andover, Bexel, Cheston, each with a check mark after it.
Oh.
Now, where's the next one? Ah, CC, London. He's through with ABC, he's gone home, and I'm going after him.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dramatic music. Ding dong.
Bing bong, bing
Yes?
bong.
Oh, well, Mr. Cust, come in. Whatever kept you away so long?
Miss Lily, I've got to talk to you. Hello.
Is
Wait,
that the Count from
am I the
Sesame
Count
Street?
now? Are we out of BBC? I thought we were all just randomly British. We're out of BBC. Oh, sorry.
We're out of BBC.
Miss Lily, I've got to talk to you alone. One.
Well, I'll go up with you. I want to show you the new curtains I put up in your room anyway. Well, French is gone.
Oh, you're a nice girl, Miss Lily. Really, you are one nice girl.
Here, let me carry one of these, Mr. Cust. The typewriter.
No. I'll carry my own things. 1, 2, 3 things. 3 things. Thank you.
So good.
Oh, Monsieur Cust, you're trembling. Oh dear, you do look a fright.
Yeah.
So good.
Look, I'm going to go straight and get you a hot foot bath.
No, not now, please. Not now. Miss Lily, there's no time for it. Zero time.
What is it, Mr. Cust?
Close the door and lock it. Lock one door. 12 locks.
Are you in some trouble, Mr. Cust?
I am in terrible trouble, Miss Lily. I want you to hear the story first from me. First, one. You're the only one who has been my friend. Oh, I've had a lonely life, Miss Lily. One of me.
Oh, poor Mr. Cust, monsieur.
Poor Mr. Cust. That's what they always say about me. Poor Mr. Cust. I thought you were different.
Don't take on so much, Mr. Cust. It was only a matter of speaking.
Oh, don't need to worry. I'm all right now. I never get two spells in one day.
Okay, this is so good.
Monsieur Cust, I don't understand. What do you mean?
You've heard of the ABC murders. They got the wrong one.
Sponsored by D.
Shocking affairs, but Mr. Cust, why are you saying?
Miss Lily, the police will be here any minute. Please let me finish. I don't want you to think harshly of me, Miss Lily. I didn't plan it ahead.
Fuck that. Or, gross, but yes, okay, fine.
I didn't plan it ahead. My instructions told me where to go. Some people can't help what they do. There are diseases. Epilepsy, for instance. You do things you don't remember. You commit crimes. 26 crimes. And I'm like that.
Oh, Monsieur Cust, I can't believe it.
When I was a child, Miss Lily, they used to badger me about my name. My mother worshipped strength. She named me after the strongest person she knew about in history, Alexander and Bonaparte. But nobody ever called me by those few names. Few names! They called me ABC. ABC! I used to dream I was boiling in a kettle of alphabet soup. I want numbers! Numbers! I was a terrible disappointment to my mother.
Monsieur Cust, you're unsettled and tired.
You gotta hear me out, Miss Lily. Fucking gross.
Ouch, my foot, you're hurting me.
Now listen to me, Miss Lily. I could have been a hero once in the army of the last war. I was happy. I could have made something of myself. And I started getting the headaches.
I think you broke my toe. Let me go.
Read my script that I put on my wall over here, just in case this happened.
Oh, God.
You must hear me out, Miss Lily. I started forgetting things after they discharged me from the army. Gross! Shock, they called it. Shock! I used to have dreams. Get out of here. That's gotta be TOS, right? Fuck all of this. Fuck all
I think it's good. I think it's good. Socks are okay. I think it's good.
Oh, socks are okay. Okay.
Oh dear.
This is my hell. I'm in hell. I'm in hell. I'm in hell. A special kind of hell. Charlie Necker says, don't breathe through your nose, cucumber. Oh, wait.
Nice.
Haley, may your balance betray you.
She is married to a stuntman, so I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't finish the joke I just thought of.
Oh no.
Yeah, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yes?
You must.
Yeah.
No, I was a great Riddler.
I was a great ruler. The destiny of man was in my hands. I had the power of life and death.
Oh, God.
Let me go. Please let me go.
First, there was Andover, that tobacconist. I can't ever remember what she looked like. And then there was Bexel. I walked. Fucking hey. I would look at that script. I'm just gonna look at that script. I walked home.
Look at it.
With the waitress from the station restaurant.
Oh, God.
She was murdered too. And Churston, I sold a dozen pairs of stockings to a lady, and while she was upstairs getting her checkbook, her husband was murdered on the floor where I was waiting, and now I come back here. Maybe the alphabet charm is over.
Oh, God.
Or is it?
Oh, I'm crying.
This is London. Well, your name is Lily.
Are you trying to frighten me, Mr. Cust?
I'm trying to convince you.
You are a murderer! I can't believe it! You never!
What about this? Look at it!
Oh, no. No.
Look closely at it. I found it in my briefcase when I came on the train, Miss Lily. This knife murdered a man in Churston. Oh, no. Just 3 hours ago.
No. No. No!
Stab! Fucking stab! Stab it! Stab! Stab!
I got it right. I got it right.
There, Miss Marbury. Don't take on so.
He stabbed my foot!
He's all locked up, pretty as you please, in the next room.
He was such a nice man. I still can't hardly believe it.
Is the knife you threatened you still in your foot, Mrs. Marbury?
Yeah!
Oh,
I think it's
God.
my foot. Are they gonna take my foot?
We just got here in the nick of time, eh?
Oh my god.
Hey, that's a wicked-looking knife.
It's the Churchill murder knife, right enough, Mr. Clark. No doubt about it.
Well, let's take it into inventory. The typewriter,
Checks with the murder notes.
walking stick,
Same markings as on the heads of the first victims. Feet of the first victims, sorry.
and the psychiatrist report says that the murders were premeditated, and the notes could not possibly have been written except by a person who was conscious and in his right mind.
Well, that breaks down any idea of Cust may have had entertaining an insanity plea.
Right. I think he signed the confession without any difficulty. Bring him in.
Bring in the prisoner!
Oh, bring in the prisoner!
Well, Cust.
Oh, that's Mac, I see.
Call the locksmith.
Bring out your dead!
Well, Cust, are you ready to sign your confession?
I don't know, Inspector. A moment ago, I was certain I must have done it. I was distracted by fucking feet, you see. Why? That's what worries me. Why, Mr. Clark, why do you think I did it?
You're wasting valuable time, Cust. I don't care why you did it. You killed my brother. And I want to see you hang for it. I don't care how balmy you are.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Talking to our Mr. Cust in such a bloodthirsty manner. I don't know who's getting into gentry, I'm sure.
He tried to murder you, didn't he?
We couldn't help himself. Look at this thing. Poor thing. It's been terribly upsetting to him of late.
You are a nice girl, Miss Lily. You're a nice girl, really. I just can't fucking look at you.
The murderers were willful and premeditated.
Oh my god. The worst ASMR.
They couldn't have been premeditated, Mr. Clark.
Why do you say that, Cust?
Well, because I didn't go to any of those places of my own choice. I had my instructions from Ballinger's Limited. And those instructions were sent to me after the police got the warnings of the murders that were printed in the papers. I have few talents. Let me play with them.
There were never any such instructions. We ransacked all your things, Cust. There wasn't any letter of instructions, was there, Inspector?
No.
Ah, yes, there was.
All right, we'll ring up Bollinger's. May I use your telephone, Miss Marbury?
Well, certainly, Inspector.
The number is Regent 3313, Inspector.
Bollinger's, are you there? Put me on to personnel.
Keep going.
Mac, start packing all those exhibits, will you?
All right, sir.
Crome speaking, Scotland Yard. At what date did you employ a commercial traveler named Alexander Bonaparte Cust? No? Cust. Yeah, the second time I said it. A.B. Cust. Initials A.B.C. Yes. Never employed by you. You are absolutely certain? Did you send a man to Andover or Bexhill last week? Not on your route. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Click.
Too bad, Cust. I guess this knocks out your last ghost of a chance, doesn't it?
No, Mr. Clark, because you see the instructions were in a letter. And that letter is right in this room.
Well, let's have a look. Come on, Mackenzie. Give me a hand. Let's go through his things again.
It won't do you any good to look there, Mr. Clark. I have the letter. Would you like to see it, Mr. Crumb? It's here.
Well, I'll be. Where did you get that?
It wasn't on him, Inspector. I'll swear to that. Where did you have this hidden?
Well, Inspector, it isn't generally known, but I do wear a small hairpiece. Fuck you, Art for Casimir. Vanity, mind you. I find it necessary for the business end.
Let's see that letter.
Oh, gladly. There you go.
Dear Mr. Cust, enclosed fine advance typewriter is being posted today. You will...
What a lot of nonsense, Inspector. Look at the typeface of that letter. It's obviously written on Cust's typewriter.
Yes, that's right, Mr. Clark. And the man who wrote that letter was the murderer. Cool as you like, he sent the typewriter to me, and instructions on one of Ballinger's letterheads, and the money, and everything else.
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull here, Cust?
No stunt. It's just that when you made that telephone call, Inspector, and Ballinger said I'd never worked for them. We're Gregorian monks. Thank you, Archward Matthew. Top next page.
Well, so we also have to sing. So do we do 4 pages of singing?
Well,
Sounds like it. We sing and then we do Gregorian chants. Yeah, we're not merging them.
Oh, and we have first day back
First day back working at Disney because they're already annoying you.
Oh, no.
Some people didn't get hired back.
Aww.
No!
No. How many pages do we have left? We have like 4 pages left, I think.
I knew
Yes.
that.
Maybe we shouldn't sing then, since people tip.
So then we sing as Gregorian.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sing
I think
as
to wrap it
Gregorian.
up, but we'll owe you one. How about that? We'll owe you one. Justin, you'll get a freebie the next time you're on. You'll get to tell people in a group what they get to do.
Yeah.
And then we'll sing as Gregorian chants from this point on because there's really practically no play left. Sound good?
No stunt. It's just that when you made that telephone call, Inspector and Ballinger said I'd never worked for them. I knew that the typewriter must have been sent to my by the murderer. And the more I thought about it, the more it seemed.
It's got a choir boyish.
Master Luck. What? This is too utterly fantastic.
Inspector really I.
Oh,
Still key changes in Gregorian chanting.
The murderer would have to know something about me, something I'd never confided to anyone but to Mr. Clark, about my word, about my headaches. I'd been reading a book in a public library. Inspector, a book on epilepsy. And it seemed to me that when I suffered the last one might have been epilepsy, and it was on my mind, see, and it said that epileptics might commit crimes and not remember them under certain conditions. Without that to go on, unfortunately, I've been a crime on me.
That works in two ways,
longest fucking
cruel.
play.
You might have told me that story deliberately, just so you could cook up the story now.
Well, I couldn't cook up your fingerprints, Mr. Clark. And afraid I had anything, your fingerprints are on the
Oh, come now, really.
This is a choir boy now. Oh, God.
Well, that's easily settled. We can do it right here. Don't take a moment. Take a seat of Mr. Clark's fingerprints, Mackenzie. You examine the prints on the letter meantime.
All right, Inspector.
The Dat Network, thank you for the raid. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Real quick, let me recap for all you wonderful people. Sorry, Kenny. We're in the middle of, actually, fairly near the end of our wonderful Trashterpiece theater, and we got to the end here, and we had to both sing lines and say our lines in a Gregorian chant, so we're just kind of doing both two birds, one stone now, but thanks for joining us. Welcome to Perception Studio. If you've never been here before, we got lots of TTRPG content, chat shows, all kinds of stuff, but also this, Trashterpiece Theater. We're also in the middle of our partner push, so thank you for joining. Please consider joining our Discord. Fucking just hang out, have a good time, have some laughs. Kenny, continue singing.
Just press your fingers down firmly on the sync pad, Mr. Clark.
Oh.
Accurate.
What is it, Mr. Clark? It's quite simple, really.
Yes, it's so simple. It's never even necessary.
I'm afraid this is necessary, Mr. Clark. Only a matter of routine, you know.
Range, wow.
I tell you, it isn't necessary, because cost is right. I am the Madeira.
Holy shit.
But wait, you killed your brother Cameron Clark so that you would inherit the estate.
Are we just regular singing now?
Or is it Gregorian still?
I think we're mixing it because there was so little script left. Normally we would not. But again, we said Justin gets a freebie the next time he's on to make everybody do stuff.
Got it. Was there one? Okay.
Because there was 4 pages, though, right? Wasn't that 2 pages of Gregorian?
Was it?
I think it was 2 already.
So 2? Let's just do another 2. Or we can sing however you want. Whatever you want to do. I'm not picky.
You want to do regular singing? Like,
yeah.
It'll be faster.
I can't stay that long.
Yes, exactly.
But the others, the A and B murders in Andover and the Bexel and
I committed them, all of them.
Yes, but
come now, gentlemen. Surely you give me credit for thinking of things through. If only my brother, Lord Clark, had been murdered, I've been the only heir. Would have a lot of explaining to do. So I invented my own little crime wave to make it appear as though he were just one of the victims of a homicidal maniac. And I must say, it almost came off thanks to the unknowing cooperation of Mr. Cust here. Thank you just the same, Mr. Cust.
Oh, you are very welcome.
Ha ha! Oh, Mr. Cust, I knew you couldn't be a murderer. Not really.
Oh, you are a nice girl, Miss Lily. Really, you are a nice girl.
About those headaches, Mr. Cust, why don't you go to an oculist? Those headaches, maybe you just need a new pair of glasses.
I think I'll do that, Miss Lily. Do you really think? Of course, I'll wager that's been the trouble with me all along. Glasses!
You know you need someone to take care of you.
Oh, I do, Miss Lily, I do really, if only you are. But no, you could never think of...
What, Mr. Cust?
Well, I mean, Miss Lily, I was just thinking it would be really too much to ask anyone. Mrs. Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
But when we are married, please don't wear the toupee. It's very conspicuous.
Oh, you are a nice girl, Miss Lily. I do hope people won't call you Mrs. ABC.
And so closes the ABC murder starring Charles Lawton, Miss Elsa Lanchester, and Bramwell Fletcher. Actually, Cucumber, Ryan, Kenny, Haley, Connie, and Corey. Tonight's tale of suspense.
Suspense.
This is your narrator, the Men in Black, who conveys to you Columbia's invitation to spend this half hour in suspense with us. Again next Tuesday, when Agnes Moorehead will return to our stage as star of the suspense play called She Overheard Murder Speaking.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Producer of these broadcasts is William Spear, with Ted Bliss, the director, Lud Gluskin and Lucian Markowitz, conductor and composer, and Robert Tallman, the radio author, collaborated on tonight's Suspense.
This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Not
Hooray! Well, those of you who rated, I'm certain you don't know what the fuck you just walked into. So this is Trashterpiece Theater. So normally we will read our radio plays. People will tip to give us a... sorry, I'm going to fix my hair that's on my head that grew from my skull. And I'm going to... so normally we will read... thank you for the follow, Kitty Cosplayer. And also, hi, welcome. Glad you recognize us. It's been a minute, hasn't it? That's fun. So normally we'll read plays here, old radio plays, and people will tip for accents and impressions or group accents. And this time it just sort of doubled up into songs. Every time we had $100, we sing our lines for 2 pages. So that's what you stumbled into, was all the wacky shit. But we are again in the middle of our partner push. So if you would like to help assist us, please do give us a follow, give us a like. Also find us on YouTube. We got shows over there. Join all of our social medias so you can tell when we're about to go live, all that good stuff. And join our Discord. We got a wonderful community there. If you got any questions for us as peoples, please do come hang out. If you think everything you saw tonight was worth $1, please consider joining our Patreon. We've got some early release and exclusive content there. In tiers 3 and above, there are exclusive enamel pins for you. You get one just for signing up at tier 3 and above, and then for every 3 consistent months, you will get a new pin mailed to you. The current one that is being mailed out is Chunk's Kawaii pin. And when the new pin for Patreon comes out, the earlier one will go to our Etsy store. So, Kawaii will be available to everyone once in 3 months-ish from now. So we'll keep you posted on that. Right.
Yeah, and we are going to be reading our friends.
Catherine
Lee.
Catherine Lynn! Yay! Go give Team Derpin all the love. They're fabulous folks. And Catherine just had a birthday, so go be nice.
Yes. All right, y'all.
Get those kawaii emotes ready.
Yeah, get the emotes ready.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.